Hi everyone and welcome to my channel today. I hope you're all doing well. So today we're going to be talking about a new deck that I found for those of you who like to work a little bit more intuitively. Tarot is really great for, giving us guidance and channeling messages, but some people can find that it is a lot to learn. There is a lot of information, there is a lot of symbols and guidance and let's think of energies and astrology and things like that that can make, for those of you that maybe be just starting, a little bit overwhelming. I know for me, it was. I've been doing this, I'd say, a year and a half, and in the beginning, a lot of it was very overwhelming at first. I'm not gonna lie, it was. There was a lot of information, and I almost got a little frustrated with it. So for those of you who feel a little bit more intuitive, I think that's a much easier way to go about this to start off. And I found a lot more books that actually guide you in this. And I feel like that's a real easier way to get started. So here's what I found was a really nice deck that I found that's a little bit more intuitive, and I'm gonna just be giving you a little bit overview of who it is and what deck this is. And we have the Wild, if you guys can see that, it is the Wild Unknown Archetypes guidebook. Now, this is a little bit different from Tarot and Oracle because you're going very much off of the mind, off of your intuition, off of guidance. These have really interesting artwork. And this was exactly what I was looking for. This was something that I wanted, something where you could just get lost in the artwork, get lost in what you're seeing, come up with meanings that were hidden, come up with things that were hidden beneath the artwork that you could, some of these, for lack of a better word, are so whacked out. They have, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of duality. There's a lot of bright mixed with dark. The word I keep thinking is ominous. There's a lot of hidden messages in here that someone can intuitively pull out of this artwork instead of just the standard thing tarot decks that you might have memorized or gotten a little bit frustrated. I feel like this opens the doorway for so much more possibility for it to come through to you or through from you and be much more of a guided personal message for you. Or if you're doing readings for others, I feel like this gives you the freedom to not feel so stuck in the learnings and teachings of tarot, because I know that for sometimes I had gotten stuck. This deck definitely opened up my mindset on what else you can do with divination tools, where it doesn't just have to be tarot. And Oracle's a little bit more open, but this was definitely more open to me. And if you guys don't know what Archetypes is, it's basically the opposite of stereotypes. Stereotypes limit you into like a little box. It's a kind of finite idea of who a person is and what they'll do and how they'll be. Archetypes is a huge plethora of open-ended possibilities for people, journeys that they'll go through, different, sometimes I want to say different hats, because they'll have the mother journey who turns into like the crone. It's not finite. It's just you have multiple things that you portray and that you emulate and that you express in this life. And this talks about different journeys that you'll go on, and there's just so much for you to take from this artwork intuitively before you even hear kind of some of the messages that they give. And even the messages that they give are so much more open-ended. They don't stick you in a kind of this is that. So you can so let your guidance, your divine guidance, your intuition take you as far as you want. They even recommend that you sit with some of these cards, pull some of these cards for yourself and sit with them. Keep them in your room, take them with you. There's so many things that a lot of this artwork can spark for you, that because it pulls a lot of different imagery together in a way that is, I can be a little bit, jokey about it. It's a little bizarre, but in the bizarre, or bizarrity, is that even a word, guys? But in the bizarre nature of this artwork, you can get so much pulled out of this. I will say, for those of you, this definitely does err on the side of, I don't want to say dark. but there's a lot of shadow work in this artwork. There's a lot of shadow work. Kim Krans, the creator of this deck, goes into a lot of information about a lot of people in psychology and writers and things like that she pulled inspiration from, and then going on her own journey. So there's a lot about the mind. There's a lot about shadow side and struggles and things like that. So for those of you that just want a light and fluffy deck, this is definitely going to pull in things that are deep. So I would recommend, for those of you who are looking for that, this is a deep deck. A lot of the artwork is going to play on your shadow and your light. A lot of the artwork is meant to pull you in that direction, and I think that's a positive thing, because a lot of us, you know, we can lose some of our own struggles and some of our own shadow sides, and it's actually going to be much more healthier for you to start addressing those and giving light to it, because once you give light to the darkness, it cannot stay there anymore. You know, it might seem like some of the artwork is dark, but I think it actually comes from a really healthy place. It's trying to uncover things. And if you could see some of this artwork, I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful in a way that is just like, I say, like maddening and enlightening all at the same time, because some of this artwork is just so out there, but it pulls at me in a way that I was needing. It pulls at me in a way that wants to keep looking and find the hidden meanings in this deck that it pulls to me, and you can use this to pull to you personally. You know, you can go off this deck without even using the book. For those of you that are really highly in tune to your guidance and things like that, you can purely use this as that. But there's also meanings in the deck that help you grasp extra meanings. She also gives references to books and knowledge and ancient wisdoms that go along with this. So I think this is a really, really, really cool deck to play with for those of you that are looking for something that has much more artistic feel to it, much more you can interpret the meanings, much more you get a feel for how these speak to you. And if you do readings for others, you definitely go more off of your intuition. You know, it does a lot of the things like you can do with tarot the same way. You can talk about love, relationships, and journeys that you're going on, business ventures. So don't think that you can't do all those spreads. You can do a lot of the spreads. They give you examples of spreads in there that you can use as well. And honestly, I hugely recommend this deck. Again, it's the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Krans. You know, she gives a lot of information in here about what you can do, how you can sit with the decks, you know, a lot of different spreads that you can use this deck for. There is 78, I believe 78 cards in this deck, and it really is, it's just really cool. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's really cool. It speaks to me, something that I wanted, and I think there might be others that it could speak to you as well. Like, again, you know, it's definitely going to uncover the dark and the light within your journeys. And, you know, some of these are just so pretty. And I really recommend this. For those of you that are looking for something that you can use a little bit more intuitively, I definitely think you could benefit from something like this. There's so much to the artwork. There's a lot of good guidance that I've gotten for myself, and it's really different. You can ask, I feel like this is really different. This is more of like journeys that you go on, and it just gives it a different aspect from the typical tarot and oracle cards. And, you know, I'll show you guys a few more of the pieces of artwork before I let this go, so you guys can get an idea of what else is in there. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. You know, if you've connected with this, if you've liked this, if this is something that you're interested in, you know, you can find them in your local stores, your local spiritual shops, or online. This one costed me $40 at a local shop. Maybe you might be able to get it cheaper online. You know, you can always look it up. But I think that's all I have for you guys. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. If so, please let me know below in the comments, and please like the video. It helps my channel grow, and it also lets me know that you're liking what I'm putting out, and I'll put out more in the similar subject matters. And if you're interested in more from me, please look at my info below, as well as subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. That will also give you notice of more videos that I put out like this. So until then, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful day, and see you next time.